Yes, sir. And we got the moo-moos. We got the Tauruses. I'm sorry, Taurus. I didn't even realize that I made the same noise for the crazy alien battleships of War of the Worlds and that with you. So I'll give you a true moo. Let's see what's going on, Taurus, with you this week. You did pull, right? Ooh, you were dropping cards. It was upright, though. It was temperance upright. So, yeah, you're looking for what the beautiful thing is in life that's natural. I feel like after last week especially, the reading was kind of different. I would say that, as a Taurus, I think that's how you are. You need things to naturally kind of develop. And I would say at the same time, you're looking for things that are really going to be long-lasting and natural and mesh well together. You can't force things that aren't going to be forced. This Mars Retrograde is going to be in your 12th house. So at the same time, the temperance is a little bit takes too long. Are you taking too long? Or did you put a lot of energy into something and then it didn't work out? Now you're, okay, I'm going to wait the billions of years it takes to make the earth. So there's something about the temperance, it's a beautiful card, but there's also this kind of patience. And I would say with Mars retrograde in your 12th, it's I don't know why I'm feeling this, but it's Taurus, are you more addicted to holding back than building something beautiful? And you're only willing to go into things that are not beautiful? It's kind of a weird question there. You did pull the intention card as your challenge. And I think that that's the issue, is I think that, you have intentions set, but you don't follow them. It's you're waiting for the intention to come when intention is something to act upon. You did pull the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So you've stopped the story of your love life. Why? Maybe you think that you need to change the intention, or maybe you've made the intention, it shows up and there's a self-worth fear of moving the journey forward of love. I feel like this is a lot of Tauruses afraid of the next chapter and wanting it to look beautiful. Of course. I don't know a Taurus who doesn't want it to be beautiful. It's still going to be beautiful, but don't stop the journey of love if something didn't work out or you still have issues over a past situation. And there's a challenge about it. Maybe you have no intention. Maybe, it's just hopefully love works out. It's no, set that fucking intention strong. That shadow around that intention is the black flower fragrance. Learning how to attract and also show up. I think that, this is the shadow of not showing up. Not showing up for what the real intention that you really want to, and knowing how to attract that in. It's not attractive when you don't show up. There's nothing more attractive than when you even talk to somebody to date and they give you all this and then you don't show up. Or I think that this is about the vulnerability and saying it's okay to show that you're afraid. Especially with Knight of Pentacles reversed. I'm afraid, I'm stuck on the journey, I need to get moving again. Sometimes a relationship or a date or something can get you to push you to keep moving again. Sometimes, Tauruses need pushing. Get the cow stuck in the mud, right? The Temperance card came up because you did get the Judgment upright. Wow. I think that it is about, there is in your love life this calling that is showing up, that there's a higher calling in your life, and there's definitely love that's attached to it. And it is a beautiful thing, and that's nothing to be terrified of overall. That's nothing to be scared of overall. If anything, I think that it's something that's more necessary. I don't think that, the temperance is this understanding that how the earth can naturally comes together, and there's the beautiful flow of the water from the angel always. But I would say that that's a two-part system. It's a many-part system, but it's definitely two-part. It's God and the universe coming together. It's nature and God coming together. It's there's something that this, and then the judgment too is also the call from the higher up and the resurrection of bringing you up to a higher calling. And so are you missing a higher calling because you're not following the intention, know how to attract in, not knowing how to show up to it? And why did you get this Knight of Pentacles in reversed? Oh, you're afraid because of feeling victimized or feeling that, I would say that there's a self-worth thing here. You know, maybe you feel like, well, maybe you got a zit, or maybe, you know, you got something here that's affecting your value and worth. This is the victim card. And so you're stuck in some sort of victim story, and it might be something small like, you know, oh, I don't look that great, or I'm nervous, or I gained a couple pounds, or whatever it might be. Like, that's the intention you keep setting by owning that story, and without knowing what the outcome might be with Jupiter direct in the 9th. You have to go on the expedition to see what the outcome is instead of think that you already know it. And well, how funny, you did put Venus in the 3rd house in Cancer. I mean, in order for you to understand the emotions of a relationship, like there is this element with Venus here, like being like, yeah, I mean, you have to like see it physically, emotionally, and that's the only way to understand anything. So there is a lot of showing up with Venus in Cancer because you have to feel the physical, and you have to actually show up, and you have to communicate, and that's the only way you're going to understand anything, not trying to plan out too much either. Like, this is not a planned out energy. Like, I would say that this brings spontaneity to emotionally feel in much more of a curiosity way, and that I think would help you understand if the intention's close or not, because I feel that you're really off on intention, and you're really off on showing up for the intention too.
It's like that age-old saying, you know, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. You know, in this term, it would be the bull. You know, is it not maybe looking like you thought it would be? You know, or it's caught you by surprise. Usually, you're used to going to this pasture, but now you're in another one. You know, and it can look completely different. And you're trying to hold out for some reason. You know, you're trying to fight the universe. You know, you're going against the jazz, so to speak. You know, as we touched on. But it's about knowing that you're in the right place. It's about knowing that you are the right person. It's about knowing that you are that energetic force that can bring anything into your life, and that you can appreciate it, the good, and it's going to turn to great if you abide by it, if you actually put in that energy to bring in that great and not fighting against it, you know? Allow yourself to let go. Allow yourself to be free within yourself and within that relationship and within the love of the universe.
Boom. I think that you said it best. You can't lead a horse to water. You can't teach.
No dog, new tricks.
Well, I would say that this is more the one, like, you can't, you know, like learning to go for what you need in life, right? Like that, like, you know, like tricks for a dog sometimes is like, okay, they're set in their ways, but at least they know how to get the water. I would say that this is like, you know, teaching people how to fish and show up to fish, you know, like, I don't know. I just feel that there's a lot that's great. That's just by showing up. I mean, I can understand with Mars retrograde in the 12th house. That's not fun. I've been there. I have been there. And, yeah, Taurus, like, when you get to the darkest spots, because ironically enough, this is like bringing up PTSD for a lot of Tauruses of like where they were for the last decade, but it's trying to cut that out. So it's like, let go of that, thinking it's all going to replay the old story again. The only way it will replay the old story again is you being kind of stuck in owning that story by staying away from the world and saying that it destroyed you, like that, and that's the intention. That's why this is like a mind fuck for Taurus. Is like, all I have to do is just keep showing up to the world and realize it's never going to happen again that way. And I just have to let that old. This is identification of victimization or going through hell that has to be removed. And that only happens when you show up to something that is not hell. And let that be.